Wow, I mean, considering it's so late on in the day, markets, well, I finished my trading day about 8 hours ago. This is pretty pathetic, the fact that I've been putting off this trade recap for so long, but we're here now. So, in this video, I'm going to be going over how I'm down 1.4k today off of going 0 and 3. That's exactly right, man. I took 3 trades and 3 losses. So it is an annoying result, but let's just get into the day for me. So, executions wise, it is a complete shambles. Do I like shorting the market? Yes. Did shorts present themselves on the markets today? Yes. Did I get completely fucked in the arse by shorts today? Unfortunately, yes. If we go on Trade Sinker, unfortunately, I have been putting this off for so long that now the time is, well, you can't see the time anyway because my face is covering it in the corner, but it is 10:26. My day P&L has reset, but if you guys watched yesterday's video, you would have seen that I got up $1,380 on each account, and now they're up $680. So anyway, with the P&L out of the way, let's just get straight into the trade recaps because boy, did price have a great reason to move to the downside today, but unfortunately it did not continue. So starting the day off, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be drawing out my marks on, I'm going to be drawing out my draws on liquidity. So draws on liquidity for today were session highs and lows, opening gap range and previous day highs and lows. So opening up, we have got previous day high up here. Do I care about that? No, I don't, because the price is not going to be drawn to it and has no reason to go up. So we come all the way down to previous day low. Previous day low ended up getting swept in pre-New York session, London high, and the opening gap range is obviously bullish. But at the same time, is price held to the downside? Yes. Is price also in a very premium point at which price has a good chance of manipulating? Yes. But it also had very good internal and obviously external reasons to continue to the downside. So if we analyze this chart right here on the 4 hour, what can we see? We can see a massive bullish 4 hour for value gap got disrespected. Within 2 bearish candles, it got completely disintegrated. What can we see from these candles on our chart right here? If I go to the 1 hour, it will kind of defeat the point in it. But as you can see, there are a lot of wicks to the upside. What does that show on the chart? That shows that there is both sides. Well, there's pressure from both sides, but which is also known as accumulation because we're practically going sideways. But as you can see, upon all of this accumulation ending, we had a great displacement to the downside. This ended up sweeping up previous day low. It kept the low of week intact and Tuesday's low, as well as previous week low, which is now going to be, still previous week low, and the low of month, which is now previous month's low because it is officially, the trading month is finished. So anyway, if we go to the 15-minute chart, do we have any reason to go to the upside? No, because if we can see, previous day low has been swept. The 4 hour chart has officially broken structure to the downside immensely, inverting 1 for value gap, 2 for value gap, break of structures all year around. Like, it's evidential that price has very good reasons to go to the downside. So is there a chance of price manipulating to the upside? There probably shouldn't be. And I say probably not because I'm trying to predict what the markets are going to do, but the market showed that price was very probable to continue to the downside without any manipulation to the upside. So after previous day low gets swept out, you might think, oh my God, we're going to have a reversal to buy side liquidity. You would think that, but if we go to the 5-minute chart or the 1-minute chart, you can see we did have good displacement below and through the previous day low. We did generate a 5 minute fair value gap. Do we really care about that? Not really. But as you can see, bearish pricing still held to the downside. What do? We wick into the fair value gap. We fill it. We then reject off of it. We show no signs of manipulation or more manipulation needed to go to the upside. So I ended up drawing out this 30-minute fair value gap on NQ to start off the day because it was like, come on, if we're going to have manipulation, this might sound hypocritical, but if we're going to have manipulation, that's the perfect point at which we're going to have it to. If we also analyze Forex Factory, we could see that there was PPI today released at 1:30 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. EST. So if we mark out data highs, we can see that there's a 30-minute fair value gap lined up with data highs, and there's a big accumulation lag internally. So having already got a high time frame sell side model or a high time frame sales continuation or just a high time frame bearish trend in the first place, we can go to the low time frame. We're going to look for what? We're going to look for an S&T manipulation, a change in state delivery, or an inverse fair value gap, or just signs of internal displacement. And then, of course, we're going to have our confident draw on liquidity. So if we align these relative equal lows as our internal draws on liquidity, previous day low or Tuesday's low, low of week as our external draws on liquidity, we can see that we have got very good reason to continue to the downside. So if I were to show you this chart, go to the 1 minute chart, we can see that there's a lot of accumulation to the upside here. We generate a bunch of highs in this range, but we still fail to breach data high. As soon as price comes to the upside on NQ, we can see that data high gets breached immediately and taps into this 30-minute fair value gap. What does that show us? That shows us that we've now got an internal S&T on the table. We have also got our internal manipulation leg to the upside. So now all that we need to see is our change in state delivery or our inverse value gap drop to the 30-second time frame. We can see that we accumulate a lot in this range. We go to the downside, and honestly, the first trade I took today could have avoided the loss, but at the same time, I still took my setup. I waited for the accumulation. I waited for the S&T to get put in. I waited for the rejection of bullish chances of breaching the bearish trend. I aligned my draws on liquidity internally and externally. I left runners on the table. And it's like, yeah, man, I just waited for price to come to the downside. If this manipulation leg was going to hold, or if this level in price was going to hold bearish price action, or just continue the internal bearish trend, we should have a closure below this manipulation leg. And that is exactly what we did. And as soon as we did have a confident one, I ended up entering the chart, stop loss at the recent high. I'm not going to aim for a 1 to 6.8. Obviously, like, money's money at the end of the day, like, but I wasn't going to do that. I was going to take off half my position size or 2/3 of it at these lows, securing that profit and leave a runner on till low of week. Unfortunately, we got stopped out literally straight away. Was the loss avoidable? Yes, it was. But at the same time, I waited for everything that I needed to do. So do I really give a shit? No. I mean, I made decisions that will benefit me more in the future than they did now, because I'm imprinting the habit of just sticking to my fucking rules and waiting for what is shown to be shown and then for me to act on that. So trade number 1 is done. Naturally, I'm done after 2 trades a day, and realistically, if I ever get to the point where I'm doing 2 trades, it's probably just silly. But you have to understand, at this position where I am in trading, it's like, I know how markets move. I can capitalize on the majority of moves in the market. No ego. I'm not being egotistical saying that. I've got confidence in myself. I've got confidence in the strategy that I've learned. I've got confidence in the experience that I've gained over the past 2 years on the markets. And it's like, in my experience, if I do end up getting manipulated in the markets and I'm still right with the direction, I will have one more shot to prove myself. And if I don't capitalize on that second shot, it means that either price is just completely just denying anything that I thought about the charts in the first place, or it is because, wait, what the fuck am I talking about? Shot number one is the original trade thesis. Shot number two will either go one of two ways. Obviously, you're going to win or lose. But if you win, wait, just forget I even said that. I can't fucking think about it. Anyway, price manipulates to the upside. We put in a brand new manipulation leg to the upside. At this point, ES still had not taken out data highs. So cool, we're still holding a bearish bias. Price breaks 30-second changing state delivery to the downside. From this point, I just entered in short like here, stop loss the recent high, take a profit here. I was never going to pull my position here because I just didn't really want to. Should I have taken a runner off? Probably, but I didn't, and it is what it is, bro. I mean, I'm not going to spank myself. I'm not going to be disappointed. I did what I trusted, and the trend showed me that price had very good reason to continue to the downside. But nevertheless, unfortunately, I did not move my stop loss to break even because in this trade, the most primal place at which for price to retrace to was this 1 minute inverse value gap. So me not moving my stop loss to break even was somewhat a stupid idea because I risked more than I needed to. But at the same time, I was preventing myself from getting back shots by getting break even slaps and then price running to a full take profit. So anyway, after two trades, naturally you should be done for the day, because if you're getting stopped out on the same theses 2 times in a row, then more likely the trade is not going to go in your favor and you're more closer to forcing a trade rather than sticking to your rules. And although everything I did in the third trade was like naturally what I could get away with, and if my first trade of the day was this, I probably would have just taken it off at these lows. But we can't say what if or what if or what if that or what if this, because I did what I did for good reason. So price ended up manipulating for the last time, and at this point a new 30-second for value gap got put in, inverse got put in, moved my stop loss to this high, targeted this low, and yeah, man, you can see exactly how that went. So yeah, it was a damn unfortunate day, but at the same time, I took my setup, I trusted it, I didn't move my stop loss, I just did everything that I needed to do. So these markets aren't easy, man. These markets aren't easy, and you just got to make the most of them when they do turn up. So that is it for my trading week. Hasn't been the best, hasn't been the worst, haven't made progress as a whole. A tiny bit, but thank you for this video. Sorry. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next week.